In this video, we go over 5 key points that will help make it much easier for you to bring in the abundance that you seek. If you're not already bringing in the abundance at the levels and at the ease that you want to, check out this video and watch your life change. Hello dear friends, Patrick here for Vortex Rising. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to many people's hearts, and that is the topic of abundance. We are going to be reflecting on 5 key points that will help you bring in abundance much easier. It'll help you bring abundance into your life easily, without strain or struggle. If you're not currently bringing the levels of abundance that you wish to bring into your life, then watch this video, because there are things here that, if you integrate it, can change your life. I promise you that. You will see results. So let's get on with it. So, talking about 5 key points here. And the 5 key points are going to be, they're laid out in a process. So you're going to want to hit it one after the other after the other. So because each of the points build up on the others. They build upon each other. Okay, so key point number 1 is to examine yourself. The first step in this process is to perform an honest self-assessment to discover your thoughts and your feelings about abundance. What feelings do you evoke when you think about abundance? Do you feel nervous or anxious about the subject? Perhaps it's a feeling of uncertainty. Maybe if you're already in that high-flying, pure positive state, it could be a feeling of excitement, because you know that all the abundance that you seek is already making its way to you. You know, some people might say, I'm not really sure how I feel about abundance. And if you're one of those people, ask yourself, how do you feel when you see someone else, maybe a friend, a neighbor, or even a relative, bring abundance into their lives? You know, in whatever form it may be. Do you feel envious and ask, why them and why not me? Or do you feel glad? Do you feel glad for them? And happy to know that if they can bring abundance into their lives, it means you can too. So that's the first key point, is to examine yourself. Second key point is to recognize your old beliefs about abundance. After you examine yourself and figure out what your thoughts and feelings are about abundance, you can get to the root of those thoughts and feelings by understanding and recognizing the beliefs that you have in place. And these beliefs, old beliefs and habits of thinking, are already there. You have habits and thinking and old beliefs about everything, especially all about abundance. And for many of us, a vast majority of our beliefs about abundance are not really our own. They were passed down through the family, picked up from our friends and peers, from teachers, from authority figures, maybe even from society and mass consciousness in general. And unless you have consciously chosen your beliefs about abundance, unless you have currently chosen the beliefs that you have right now about abundance, you're still running on old beliefs, unconscious beliefs at times, and beliefs that you may not choose to hold on to anymore. Some such examples of these beliefs are, money is the root of all evil, or money doesn't grow on trees. I'm sure many of you have heard that one. Maybe it's the belief that you need to work hard for money. That's a big one, and one that is widely accepted by a majority of people. So consider your old beliefs about abundance and how they may be limiting you. Many of these beliefs may have even been adopted unconsciously. And a short disclaimer on this key point before we move on to the next one is that once you start to discover your old and limiting beliefs about abundance, and you may find many, don't overanalyze it. This is not about processing the old stuff, passing blame. It's not, the purpose of reflecting on your old beliefs isn't to replay them over and beat yourself up over it. It's not to, like I said, pass the blame or get angry at the person for whom you adopted the belief from. The purpose is to figure out what these beliefs are and determine what serves you and what doesn't. For those old limiting beliefs that don't serve you anymore, let them go and open up space for something new. So that's key point number 2, to recognize your old beliefs about abundance. Key point number 3 is to view abundance as a resource. When you think about abundance, you're thinking about the resources to do whatever you want. Perhaps it's to bring in the house of your dreams, or the car you've always wanted to drive. Maybe it's to go on that dream vacation that you've been wishing for. And with abundance, you'd have the resources to bring all of those things into your reality. But if you widen your perception just a little bit, you can start to see just how many other resources are already abundantly present in your life. And they're present there right now. Think of abundance the same way you think of air. Consider the air you breathe for a second. The air you breathe is just there. It's available to you and already there for you. All you have to do is just take it in, with no need for strain or struggle. And this may seem like a small thing, but this resource of air is what sustains us. It's what allows us to live, and it's abundantly present in our lives. You might say, but Patrick, I'm unemployed and broke. Where is the abundance in that? And, I don't smile to make light of the situation, but I smile because I know what it feels like. I've been there. I've been in that position before, and what I learned for myself when looking at it with another perspective, every coin has two sides. It's the glass half empty, half full scenario. And you can look at it as a victim and be like, why me? Why am I the one suffering? Why do everyone else have what they want, have what they need, but I don't? But that's a victim mentality. But when you look at it from another perspective, you can see the abundance that you already still have in your life at that point. I can tell you, being in that position before, and what I learned for myself was that I had an abundance of time. This abundance of time allowed me to express myself creatively and create things that truly mattered to me. You may have an abundance of friendships, maybe an abundance of love in your life. Maybe it's an abundance of ideas that you wish to one day manifest in your reality. Perhaps you have an abundance of energy, which allows you to go through your day and do the things you want to do. So if you look at abundance as a resource and shift your perspective just a little bit, you can start to see all the things that are already abundant in your life. And you won't judge whether or not you have abundance by the amount in your wallet or the number in your bank account. Abundance won't just be based on the financial aspect of your life. Because when you can recognize it in all the other parts of your life, then the financial part of it will bring abundance as well. Because that's how you're attracting. You're focusing on all these abundant parts of yourself, then the law of attraction is just going to bring you more. So that is key point number 3. It's to view abundance as a resource. We'll move on to key point number 4. Key point number 4, we suggest to adopt a mindset that lets abundance in. And this key point builds off of all the previous points just mentioned. That's why it's so important to recognize your old thoughts, your feelings and beliefs about abundance, and let go of those which no longer serve you. Because when you let go of that which no longer serves you, that which you've been programmed before you consciously chose your new thoughts and your new beliefs, when you can release, this creates an open space to let in something new. And maybe now you choose to put in some new beliefs, and some new beliefs that actually do serve you this time. And that is also why key point number 3 is so essential. It's by slowly shifting your perspective and recognizing just how abundant you truly are, you can then easily ingrain these new self-serving beliefs. Now, this is a very important step, because if you continue to approach the topic of abundance from a lacking mindset, and you fail to see all the abundance that's already there, then you're always going to be coming from that point of lack. How can more abundance get into your life if you don't already recognize it when it is there? So adopting a mindset that allows abundance in is a mindset that you consciously choose for yourself. Perhaps you now choose to believe that money comes to you easily with no strain or struggle. Maybe this new belief doesn't limit you to only your monthly salary as a way to bring money into your life. Just these tiny, slight adjustments in your perception will make a world of difference. And it won't be long until that abundance of wealth presently manifests itself in your life. But why stop there? Why not bring an abundance of everything? An abundance of love, of good friendships, an abundance of opportunities for you to choose from that which inspires you the most. How about an abundance of health and happiness to keep you here longer in a permanent state of joy? Or maybe even an abundance of self-worth and self-love. Now, wouldn't that be nice? So that's key point number 4. To adopt a mindset that lets abundance in. This final key point in this is key point number 5. Put yourself in the place to receive. As you might have noticed, the asking part is really easy. It's the letting it in that people tend to have the most difficulty with. And this is because contrast creates the desires within us almost automatically, but they usually stem from situations when there is a strong wanting for something else. And usually the answer is not in the same vibrational state that the question is. And until you put yourself in the state where the answer resides, it cannot come into your reality. And that's what a lot of people get stuck with, because they ask for something and it's there already for them, but they're still waiting for it in the place of wanting. And when we get stuck in that place of wanting, we are just not a match to the higher vibration where the desires are already waiting. You may have noticed this actually in your own life already. When you're in that high vibrating space and that pure positive energy and everything's just going right in your life, and maybe you had a question and almost instantly, as if by magic, the answer was there. You may have heard it in the background, somebody may have mentioned something, and sometimes the answer is there. And sometimes even before the question is asked. And this is because all your desires, all your answers are already there in that high vibrating space. Now, that's the state where your inner being resides. And if you can match that state of your inner being, then everything that you've ever wanted can make its way into your life. So now the question becomes, how do you put yourself in the state to receive? There are many ways to do this. Like following your bliss, for example, that puts you always in the state to receive. But also what I found as the simplest way for me is through the vehicle of appreciation. By recognizing and appreciating all the blessings that are already in my life, then I release all the resistance that I have. It's like the cork that was held underwater. Once let go, it slowly starts to rise to the surface. This is why so many teach about the attitude of gratitude. This is because when you can find things that you're grateful for and appreciative about, then more of these things can make their way into your life. So that's key point number 5. Put yourself in the place to receive. So those are our 5 key points. Only use this if it serves you. If not, find something that does. I'm excited to see you bring in the abundance that you seek into your lives. Leave a comment down below. Any questions? Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, for Vortex Rising, this is Patrick signing out. Have a great day. Bye.